All right, what is up, everybody? It is your boy Juice back again here with Mom's Basement Streams to bring you some hot, spicy, wonderful, magnificent standard action here in Magic the Gathering. What are we playing
All
today?
right, what is up, everybody?
All
It is your
right,
boy.
what are we playing today? Sorry about that. I had a little feedback issue from having my stream pulled up. All right, that should all be fixed now, so let's just dive into what we're playing today. We are going to be playing some Azorius Control here in Standard. This list has been pretty popular the last few weeks. I think it rose from not being tiered to like on the 25th. It's like I think it was like the 8th tier deck in Standard, and now it's like all the way up to like the 5th tier deck as far as like percentile played in the meta. Pretty much the game plan of the deck is we are literally just going to counter everything, use Teferis to make it hard for our opponents to interact with us, and then use Gadwicks to get some draw advantage, Brazen Borrowers to have a beatdown plan, plus it is a 2-mana bounce spell, pretty good. A single mass manipulation to try to steal a bunch of permanents and close out the game. We have 2 Agents of Treachery here to steal more of our opponent's stuff. Play set of Time Wipes because most decks in Standard right now are pretty aggro heavy. Go pretty wide, so Time Wipes are pretty good against, like, literally, I think I have yet, except for, like, a mirror match, to see a game where I wasn't like, man, I could use a Time Wipe right now. Some Prison Realms for some other Planeswalker creature removal, a few Mystical Disputes, they're just decent counter spells, plus if we happen to be playing against a blue deck, they get a lot better. Yeah, and that pretty much covers the entire... Oh, yeah, we also have, like, just a single copy of Finale of Glory right here, which, you know... it's like hit or miss for me. Like, I haven't like had it go off yet in a game, but you know, the list runs it. We're gonna run it. We might not use it. We might use it if we can get like 10 4/4 angels with flying. That's pretty much like a game over. And I think it's pretty much just there to be like when we get in the late game, if we don't have any answers, we can draw this and automatically we have an answer late game. Land base is pretty usual. We have playset Tranquil Grove and Hallowed Fountain for our blue-white fixing, a playset of Fabled Passages, 2 Castle Arden Vales, and then 2 Castle Vantresses. Sideboard over here, we just have Apostle Purifying Light. If we are playing opponents with a Graveyard Synergistic Plan, or we're just playing opponents with black decks. 2-1 Pro back, pretty good. Devout Decree. Exile target creature, Planeswalker, yep. Just 3 Glass Caskets if we need some more creature removal against decks that just go off way too fast. Aether Gust, same reason. If we're playing a green or a red deck, this slows them down a ton, especially if we're playing against rural aggro. These are instant includes. Sorcerer Spyglass to shut off Planeswalker decks. Anything else with an activated ability that's pretty nasty that we don't want to be dealing with. So pretty much just going to be Planeswalker decks. 2 more Mystical Disputes for the blue matchups, and then an extra Finale of Glory if we just need to have an additive game plan to win the game. So, that's going to be it for our deck tech today, and we're just going to queue up right here. And we got... Oh, here it is. Our traditional standard event, which we're just going to roll right on into. Hope you all are having a great Saturday today, or whatever day this is that you happen to be rewatching this replay, if you're joining us on YouTube or just watching this on Twitch at a later date. We're going to be against Dragon Dancer right here. All right, we're going to be on the play. This hand is straight dookie, so we're going to mull that. Yeah, this hand is better. We're going to put an agent on the bottom. Just a reminder, too, if you haven't already, feel free to check out momsbasementgames.com if you want to order some free... Or not some free, jeez. Wow, it would be really cool if it was free. No, but if you want to order some awesome merch from Josh, as well as support the stream that way, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It would help us out a ton. And then if you also haven't checked out our TCG storefront, Mom's Basement Games, do that. We sell a ton of singles. We have a lot of cool stuff for sale. If you need to pick up cards, just instead of maybe hitting up some other places, just think about looking us up. We might have the stuff you need. You support the business. You support the channel specifically from doing that. And you put some money in the pockets of Mr. Joshua Warren, our gracious employer. So it's like a win-win-win for everybody. We're going to grab a Plains here with this Fabled Passage and pass back. So it looks like we have some kind of What's playing green-blue with Growth Chamber Guardians right now? That, like, can't be anything tiered. I'm gonna search this up really quick. Yeah, I don't even see, like, any decks that play green and blue together, except for, like, a Team of Reclamation list, which this very much is not. It could be... There's a Simic Ramp list all the way down. Alright. Let's play this Teferi. Make them throw whatever instant sorcery they have out right now. I'm also, like, kind of eating right now, so my apologies for that. A negate. Are they just playing, like, Simic Control? Okay, a Sailor. Yeah, this is getting real weird. I think I am just going to opt to Prison Realm the Growth Chamber Guardian here. Okay, they're going to clench us. Man, our opponent's deck is super weird. I was just going to say, if we did Prison Realm the Guardian there, it can let us scry to hopefully find a land as well as get rid of their chain of Chamber Guardians. Now that we didn't get rid of it, realistically, we're just going to wait to hopefully time wipe once they have them all out, or at least enough of them for us to justify it. I was going to comment, and that was weird how they didn't adapt. Well, this sucks. So we're already not finding lands. I just really didn't want to mull down to 5 in this first game. I'm just going to return this in response to the adapt. I think I'm actually okay with this, because this means next turn they're probably going to play out a ton of their Growth Chamber Guardians. Oh, that's right. No, they actually don't get to search. Cards, yeah, cards work the way that they're worded. That's right. I always forget about that. All right, so we're going to find another time wipe, which is still not the answer we are looking for, so we're just going to pass back here. We're probably going to throw out a Borrower just to chump with, which kind of sucks, but it's better than just making a 1-1 with Finale of Glory. I doubt this is anything substantial, and if it is, it's just going to be like a quench or something that's just going to get us. All right. Adapt the first Chamber Guardian. Yep. I mean, essentially, we're just kind of like... We're pretty much screwed right now. I don't even think there's a card that gets us out of this next turn. I guess we're going to Finale for 2. We can either chump or just kill a Chamber Guardian. They're just going for the swing, so I'm just going to double chump. Because if we find an untapped land, we can go just time wipe. Which there are 23 more lands in our deck. No, but we'll actually just find time wipe number 3 and have to scoop it up. That is mildly frustrating, but that's okay. Alright. Wait for Arena's uber slow UI for sideboarding to load. There we go. Alright. Disputes are pretty good. I feel like Gusts could be good. I feel like Caskets are better. Finale of Glories aren't very good. Veto's... I'll leave in 2 just for counterspell fights. What's up, Siggy? How you doing today, dude? Let me see here. I feel like Gadwigs are okay. They're just 3/3 bodies that draw us cards. Prison Realms are definitely keeps. Teferi Mystical Disputes are definite keeps. I feel like Mass Manipulation might be a little slow. Oh, you lost on Tearbreaker? Dang, sorry to hear that, dude. Okay, what else am I cutting, though? Borrowers definitely need to stay in. I feel like I need to at least keep the Treacheries in so I have some kind of win con. Maybe I do just take out the Gadwicks. I feel like this match is going to be too grindy for them. So I feel like that's fine. Oh, man. You both were 301? Oh, man, that sucks to get edged out like that. I'm sorry. All right. Let's run this back. I'm still wondering if Gadwick was the right card to take out there. I feel like he was. But we're definitely going to be on the play first here. I mean... Yeah, this is fine. We have 2 Mystical Disputes with a blue source. This is slow as hell, but... We could live the dream. Because we just have counter, removal, bounce, draw. Like, technically that's good. Tranquil Cove number 2 here. Alright, so we already have at least 3 lands for the disputes to straight up cast them. I just kind of want to counter the Sailor here just to not start that clock off. Had you thought of it, you would have offered to split regardless of outcome. Hindsight's always 20/20, dude. Alright, so we're gonna find Tranquil Cove. Oh my god. Our deck I swear to god, like, I play in, like, leagues and stuff before I get on, and I just do, like, terrific. But the second I actually get on stream, it's, like, terrible. That was actually a terrible misplay for me, because I'm not thinking. I should have waited to do that at instant speed in response to the adapt if you chose to do that. But my brain, like, I just woke up, so my brain's operating at, like, just dookie levels right now. Like, I started working night shifts recently, so I sleep from, like, 8 in the morning to, like, 5 in the afternoon. It's terrible. Don't ever do that. That's, like, my best life advice, because your body will hate you for it. And if our opponent doesn't do anything here, I'm just going to flash in a Borrower at the end step and start Borrower beats. Yeah, and it touches, so that means there's no quench. They might be holding up a negate, then? They don't have quench or dispute, or else they would have had a chance to respawn there. We don't need this Hal Fountain to come in untapped, so we'll just play that, go to combat. Yeah, like, I'm definitely not in a rush here. That's a really bad play, opponent, but, like, yes, please give us back our Brazen Borrower. It was Pioneer, you were playing... Oh, you're playing Blue Light Control too, that's sick. What's Blue Light Control in Pioneer like right now? I think I, like, saw a video on a list or something, and I was like, I'm going to search that up, and then I just literally never did. Alright, I think we're just going to play into our opponent's negate here. If they want to negate this. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. I'm going to Prison Realm here once again. Just like I attempted to in that last game, to A, get rid of that threat, and so he can't go find more while he's tapped out. And to get the Scry here to hopefully hit something decent. We need some kind of... Do we want to leave the Borrower? I feel like we already have the one Borrower, and that's just like... Yeah, I think we're going to bottom that. Oh, what's up, John? How you doing, dude? Alright. Yeah, so definitely glad kept up this Mystical Dispute. There's a Moo here. Our opponent does have 2 up, so they could have the Quench or the Negate to respond with. Yeah, that's fine. We can just Prison Realm Moo next turn. I just don't want Moo to get to this... Like, technically, like... Yeah, I don't want our opponent to be playing birds. That just kind of, like, beats us down pretty hard. If I do this, I have 3 mana up. It's probably just going to be Borrower mana. That's okay. Fabled Passage to the bottom. We're kind of good on lands right now. We'll end the turn. Alright, let's see. Siggy said he ran both Dig and Little Teferi approach. Blessed Lines absorb, disallows. Okay, yeah, so it just sounds like just straight up good stuff. I can see how that might be oppressive to play against. I love playing Control. I mean, you know, part of the reason why I'm playing Control as we're speaking currently. But, okay, we've seen Ambusher there. I'm actually super okay with that. We are just going to... We're at 23. I'll play this Fountain untapped. We'll Time Wipe. Return the Borrower. So now we have Borrower mana up to just negate whatever they play on their next turn. I don't know why our opponent... I mean, I guess our opponent just ran that out because we were tapped out, right? That, like, has to be the only reason. Alright, we're just going to pass. I don't want to discard the Brazen Borrower to the Chemister's Insight for the Jumpstart. So I think we're just going to end up scrying with Castle Vantress if our opponent doesn't do anything. They're getting a scry with their own here. We could also just... Is it better just to make a token with the Ardenvale if they don't do anything? That might just be better, because... I mean, if... Okay. Yeah. Let's just bounce the Guardian here. If our opponent's going to let us do this. If not, we've had a really good run with this Brazen Borrowers, because I think this is legitimately the 3rd time we've cast the same copy of Brazen Borrowers. And let's just play it and start getting some beats down if they let us. We have Quench mana open, if they want to try to quench us. Ooh, they're going to Essence Capture. Okay, so... Yeah, that's... Yeah. Actually, just going to discard this island here to jumpstart this. The only reason I did that main phase was in case I hit another land I could play. But now we have Absorb and Time Wipe up, so I'm feeling really good about this. Yeah, I will let the Chamber Guardian resolve, and if they want to play another creature, I'll let that hit. Okay. Play the Fountain tap, pass back. Because, like, even if we let him adapt here, I don't... Why the hell did our opponent not adapt on me? Okay. Our opponent is playing very suboptimally right now. What they should have done there... Alright, well, just color me confused, because I have no idea what our opponent is doing right now. We're going to bottom both of those. I don't know what they're doing. Are they waiting till like we bounce it to activate it? I feel like that's a bad play. I feel like you go for it. Yeah, let's please negate the, or absorb the negate, not negate our, or absorb our Teferi. Are we just getting a counterspell war over Teferi here? That is exactly what we're doing. Okay. Weird. Okay. Let's see. What do you say, Siggy? You said, lots of life gain round 2. I was down to 3, stabilized, and climbed to 24. Nice. Do you say Rev was in there? Is Sphinx's Revelation? Is that legal? I don't know. I don't play Pioneer. I was supposed to play Pioneer the other week, and I ended up, like, not streaming that week. Like, not just because I had to play Pioneer, but, like, it just ended up, like, really weird, where, like, my stream schedule did not line up that week. I forget what I had going on. Like, it seems fun, but, like, also, like, just dealing with Moto just makes me want to, a lot of the time, because, like, if I ever complain about, like, the UI for this game, like, Moto just makes me want to, like, jump off a cliff. That's also just because, you know, like, it's, like, a 10-year-old user interface, but, you know, who am I? All right, let's see. We're just going to take 3 here, because our opponent's just not going to adapt. Well, we can get 2 scries in this turn. I think we're just going to layer the cards like that, and then just castle Arvindale instead, make a guy. I think this turn. Okay, I have a plan here. I don't know why I made that token. It's useless, but, like, also, I'm not, like, disadvantaged in any way by playing said token. Okay, Frilled Mystic is the exact card I was not thinking about here. That being said, maybe I should have led with the Teferi. I was just thinking it was going to be a normal counterspell. Okay, so here was my thought process for that play. Before, like, it seems like I was a complete idiot. I was thinking like another negate or something was in hand. I was going to time wipe, let it eat the negate, play the Teferi, bounce the Spectrals. Actually, no, that wouldn't even matter because they would have flashed it back. So yeah, my game plan was flawed there regardless. Yeah, we'll bounce the Chamber Guardian back. All right, we see Agent of Treachery. Yeah, our opponent's playing like a super heavy counter game here, and like what's frustrating me more is they're not even playing their deck very well. That's right. I should have swung first too. You're completely right, Siggy. Like, I always feel like I forget it with this deck, because this deck's game plan isn't, like, swing for the fences to win. It's like you just get your opponent in a spot where, like, you just slowly, like, whittle them down. But there definitely is a strategy there that I should be using a lot more that I'm not. Alright, we lose Teferi here. Yeah, but, I mean, you should always play Teferi first. That's just a given, because playing Teferi first turns off any of their responses. So, that was just a super big misplay on my part. Alright, you can see them replay the same Growth Chamber Guardian. At least this with 6 mana open. If we draw a land, we can still play the Agent of Treachery. If we draw complete Dookie, I'm going to go for the Insight. Yeah, we find a Vantress. Opponent has 3 cards in hand. I don't know how they're playing so many counters. They could have Essence Captures. They probably don't have Negates, and that's not what I'm worried about here. They definitely have more than one Frilled Mystic in there, and they have exactly Frilled Mystic mana open. We're at 14. We can take up to 7-8 next turn. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna try to Treachery a Frilled Mystic. That's literally just add blockers. Yeah, you know, they're gonna Essence Capture. Alright. Was that it? Did it? Wait. Were they just never adapting their Growth Chamber Guardians because they really badly wanted to get the value of Essence Capturing for it? If that was, I'm going to be so pissed if that's why they weren't adapting their creatures. Because if they were adapting, they could have tried to get in like 3 more damage by now, which would put me like super close to dead. But now I pretty much need to find Time Wipe. Are they going to leave over exactly Frilled Mystic mana again? They definitely fucking have one. Like, alright, let's Insight. Alright, we can play one more Insight and still be able to Time Wipe if we find it. Wait, no we can't. Did I do my math wrong? I did my math wrong. No, we are just super dead. We are playing against this opponent, though. Maybe we should try to play it out? They're probably just going to have a counter for this anyway. Yeah, there's a Sinister Sabotage. Yeah, opponent just had, like, every counterspell in Standard in their hand, so... Sadly, there's a point where even when your opponent's playing like Dookie, if they just have the counterspells, they have the counterspells. We're going to run that back. John, I think they like just sided in like every counterspell they had, but they were playing Simic Flash with Growth Chamber Guardians. Is that even? Let me look up lists. I want to see if that's a thing, or if our opponent was just playing Jank. Yeah, Simic Flash does not play those. I wonder if our opponent's just playing like a more budget-friendly list, or if like they're just getting back into Standard or something. If our opponent is playing a creature deck, we just need a white source, and we have answers. We have draw. This should be okay. Our opponent's just starting out with an aggressive opt. Playing Arvindale. An even more aggressive opt for a Fabled. Did our opponent has to have the nuts if they're like playing a Fabled Passage, and if they were scrying so hard to try to find a land. That was one thing I like about Moto that they don't have on Arena, is I can't see what our opponent was choosing for those last plays if I was being, you know, just me and not paying attention. Ooh, is our opponent playing that Is It Flash deck that is also... Our opponent is probably... I want to kind of play that deck next week, because it looks super fucking fun. Alright, we're going to get dinked for 3 there. Island pass. We're getting passaged. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about Borrower Tribal here. Yeah, this has to be Is It Flash. That's what the list is looking like. We're going to take 6 down to 12 here. Just double Borrower is a super fucking aggressive play, too. Right, let's draw 2 cards. I think we just have to... We're dead in 2 turns. We'll take 2, go back. Yeah. We just have to try to wipe here. But they're going to have an Ionize or a Quench or Negate. Yeah, there's a Negate. So now we just need a top deck. Yeah, no, they're definitely playing Is It Flash. We need a top deck, another Time Wipe. No, there's Embercleave. That's game. Yeah, that's a super aggressive deck. I've never played against this before. Because it just popped up on... Let's see here. Well, I guess it's been getting played, according to Goldfish, since the 21st of November. But just won a standard league on December 5th. So what was that, 2 days ago? 3 days ago? No, 2 days ago. So we're playing as Red Blue. Disputes come in all fucking day, baby. Finale out. Manipulation out. Agents out. Bring in a few caskets. They don't run walkers, right? No, they shouldn't. I think because of that, it's totally acceptable to take out a prison realm for a glass casket just to lower the curve on our creature removal. And then run it back like that. All right, Gubbins, round 2. Yeah, we're going to be on the play here. Why does our deck hate us? I'm going to keep it just because there's a Teferi. Famous fucking last words. Although it did take our opponent like 3 turns of like just huffing and puffing and doing fucking nothing to actually have a like relevant spell to play. Yeah, they definitely have up counterspell mana here. I'm passing. I'm not playing my... Yeah, I just did not want to play my Teferi into a very obvious counterspell there. They have so many counterspells in their sideboard, too, that would just be, like, the dumbest game plan. Does this have to ETB for us to draw? It does. That's dumb as hell. Our opponent's deck is more control-y than ours. Is it above Azorius control in the, It is. It's the deck directly above ours in the meta. Try to play this Teferi. At least draw their counterspells out of their fucking hand. Yeah, no, there's a negate. Oh, the humanity. Well, we can play a... Gadwick is big enough to block Cutthroat if we play one next turn. We can Gadwick for 3, or at least fucking try to. They have 5 mana open. We know their hand is just all counterspells. But, like, literally we just have to try. And then if we don't top deck anything good, we're probably just going to have to scoop and join a new league like nothing happened, and this league it wasn't a thing. Change our little fox's color there to pass the time. Okay, so our opponent's letting us draw 3 here. Oh my fucking god, are you kidding? Wait, okay, let's 6, 7, 8, 11 lands. We have 16 lands left in our deck. Like, if these were real cards, we would be good right now, but the fact that we just drew all fucking lands is terrible. Yeah, we're just gonna take the 5. Alright, they're playing their own Gadwick to also draw 3. Okay, this actually puts us in a really good spot. We'll return Gadwick and wipe their board. That feels pretty good. Okay, maybe we can recover. Let's see, we're at 7. We have another time wipe. Alright. Try to Gadwick for 3. Make him think we have a counter spell, but really we're just keeping up Borrower. Alright, they're gonna let us draw. I'm assuming they let us draw there. Counter your Cutthroat. That'd be 3 Cutthroats in their deck down? Oh yeah, that's right. They can just pay for it. Duh. I always forget it's not just like counterspell. Well, it's your turn, so I don't know what your plan is here. Ember Cleave. Okay. Try to Teferi first. Teferi resolves, so we'll Glass Casket. Get rid of Cutthroat. Gives +1/+1 double strike and trample. Bounce the Cleave. Draw a card. We're still finding way too many lands. Is there any in our yard? Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of our lands. We're running 27 in this list, so that's over half our lands. That's just over half our lands. Alright. You might as well play out Embercleave if you don't have a play opponent. Come on. Especially if you don't have an answer for Teferi. Alright, there's an Absorb. That makes me feel a little bit comfier right now.
I've got time.
I'm just going to go ahead and Fable Passes right now because I'm lazy. But technically I'm supposed to hold that back. I'm going to grab a Plains. I just want to thin out our deck from lands as much as possible right now because this is getting ridiculous. Yeah, I want to absorb your Bone Crusher there. Put us back up to 7. Yeah, we'll let Embercleave resolve, then bounce it. Then play Borrowers.
That's more like it.
Hit our opponent for 3. Woo! We're saving it, boys. We're saving it. Let's see what our opponent's gonna do here. They also just don't have instant speed interaction anymore, which is great. Yeah. Let's veto the Embercleave. Teferi just turns off their deck for the most part, so I think the game plan from now on out is just gonna here on out is just gonna be play Teferi win. Alright, opponent's down to 12. We are doing super good right now. We have a ton of mana. 2 Chemister's Insights that we can get back. Yeah, we're going to Chemister's Insight here to discard this Island. Draw 2. Alright, that's alright. Get rid of this Tranquil Cove. Draw 2. Yeah.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Put our opponent down to 9. Pass back. I'm just trying to think right now. Yeah, we're just going to absorb your Cutthroat. Yeah, opponent scoops. Do we just want to mull till we hit Teferi? Yeah, I had no faith in that game. We recovered super hard. Personally, very proud of myself. If I am speaking personally. Have to send out the good old text message to let people know if they come home to not bother me. I should be proud, John. Be proud. I am proud for that win, John. Thank you. All right. Ooh. Yeah, this hand is great. Yeah, we're definitely keeping this all day. Yeah, we'll go Island Pass. We have Dispute mana for like right away, which makes me feel really good. And then we'll also have Teferi mana on turn 3. So if our opponent wants to get greedy, we can get a little bit ahead here. So Hella Fountain tap, pass back. We have both our castles too. This should be dope. Oh, you're kidding. Our opponent kept the one lander. Oh, and we dropped Teferi. Opponent, it's over. It's over, opponent. You can't win. Kids, don't keep the one lander. Oh, that's hilarious. Hey, you can't feel bad for keeping the one landers, John. You cannot. And we just had like the nut hand for that game. Like we would have won that game so easy. I kind of wanted to play it out, but I'm also glad for just like time's sake and my own personal evening plans and work tonight that our opponent scooped. We have double Teferi, Timelet, Chemist's Insight, 3 slow lands, whatever. I'm totally fine with keeping this hand. We are on the draw, though. We're going to start off with... I always start off with Cove, because we can just draw lands that turn Fabled Passages into active lands. Alright, looks like we're playing against another Simic Flash deck. Simic Flash isn't, like, even in the meta right now. Why are we playing a, like... Did they just see we're playing Control, and Arena's like, hey, you had too many wins today, fuck you? Because right now, if we're talking about, like, the top of the meta, it's like... Yeah, it's Golgari Food, Jeskai Fires, Jund Food, Rakdos Aristocrats, Izzet Flash, Azorius Control, Gruul Aggro, Golgari Adventurers. I can keep going before we hit Simic Control for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... There's 9 more decks after all the ones I just listed off. Or is our opponent playing Simic Ramp? Because they just dropped a Paradise Druid. Does Simic Ramp even have any instance? They don't. Or are we just playing against Jank again? Because our matchups are usually just Jank. I'm just going to pass here. Teferi doesn't do us anything good, and I'd rather have us absorb up for next turn. Someone somewhere did a video, John, where they said, like, that there's, like, some kind of algorithm that if you've been winning too much, Arena tries to pair you against decks that you cannot win against. Which I don't know if there's any truth to that, but, like, the person apparently, like, backed it up. Just bounce your Paradise Druid, I guess. I have literally nothing to better do with my mana right now. Yeah, just quench that. Go for it. I'll draw out my opponent's counter spells if I can. My opponent has... Yeah, I just don't want to tap out right now, so I'm just going to play the slow game here. I'm going to be really patient. Because, like, if I play slow here, I could play Chemist's Insight on their end step to hopefully find more lands, and still be able to keep up Absorb. Because I'm assuming they don't have something at instant speed they want to cast here. I assume, yeah, there's just some big threat in their hand. And I don't really want to play into it. Grab an island. Pass back. He said, when I play Pridemates, I see another Pridemate deck. Who else does that, you know? Yeah, like, there definitely is, like, a pairing, too, for... Like, I don't know if Arena has an algorithm where they also pair based off of, like, your deck strength, or, like, compare it against competitive lists, or, like, rosters in recent competitive events, both online and offline. I feel like that'd be like a lot of data input, but I feel like Wizards would also put the time into being that pedantic about it. Because it's Wizards. And like being extra is their fucking game. Our opponent has 7 mana right now. I don't know why they're not doing anything with that. Alright, they get 2 draws off that. That's whatever. A lot worse could happen than getting 2 draws. So now next turn, we're pretty much dropping Teferi with no issues. With Dovin's Veto as backup. And that, kids, is why you play the long game. Here, we'll veto your negate. Then we'll plus let's just minus Teferi bounce Druid.
Might be a bad idea.
Now if our opponent plays out creatures this turn because they think that we're tapped out, we can just time wipe them. We can pretty safely time wipe them. Okay, they're going to borrow it back to our hands. I'm really okay with that. That just gives us an extra draw. Unless this is a counterspell. That just gave us an extra draw. They would have been much better off just playing the borrowers. Yeah, you have to flash in the borrowers in response now. Ooh, Frilled Mystic. What do I want to do here then? I feel like I just want to take my beats. I definitely just want to take my beats here. I'm just going to do that while they're tapped out. Yeah, I really just want to take my beats in the time wipe. Let's Teferi first. Because I can Teferi, and if Teferi hits the ground... Okay, they're going to Growth Spiral to try to find a counterspell. Looks like they found a land. They get a Scry, it's whatever. You should flash in the borrowers, opponent. Curve out.
I know my responsibility. I've got it.
And then just in response to combat, I'm going to instant speed time wipe them. Well, opponent, you can't respond because Teferi says so. Alright, so I want to Gadwick and leave up 3 mana for Absorb here. I'm just going to grab a play. Well, we have 3, 4, 5, 6 blue sources. Yeah, I'll grab a plains here. I'm going to Gadwick for 3. Okay, you can activate Castle Vantress. That's fine. I don't know why... Well, actually, no, it's not in Standard anymore. That's right. We need some kind of land destruction in Standard, I think. And by like land destruction, I mean like Ghost Quarter effects. I think that would make Standard a lot more balanced right now. I feel like that could have just been a really decent answer to Field of the Dead, too. Instead of having to ban it. But also Field of the Dead decks were getting pretty ridiculous. Alright, so we're definitely bringing in Mystical Disputes. I don't know what else our opponent was up to, but Glass Casket seems like it got rid of most of that. But like Aether Gust is also really good protection against Frilled Mystics. Finale of Glory is not too great. The Borrowers are going to be a really good beatdown plan. Gadwicks are really good here. Manipulations and Treacheries are not very good. I want to go down one copy of Dovin's Veto, and I'll go down one copy Prison Realm. And we'll run it back like that and see how that goes. I could have also put in Glass Casket, but that would be just like, we would have to cut too much if I chose to do that. So I don't want to. Alright. We have an Absorb, a Borrowers, and a Prison Realm, and 4 lands here. Like, I've had worse starts. Our opponent's on the play, though. Oh yeah, also, I got these sleeves, which I'm very excited about. These were for buying a copy of the Serum Visions secret whatever. I forget what that... What was that product line called? Someone help me in chat. I forgot what that product line was called after I literally ordered a piece of it. But, you know, whatever. Alright, we're going to see a Growth Spiral here from the opponent. That's chill. Yeah, whoops. It's like pairing us up against like these weird Simic decks that are somehow running like more counterspells than we are as an Azorius control deck. I don't know what that's about. Secret Layer. Thank you, John. Thank you. Yeah, I bought the Serum Vision Secret Layer, so I got the cool, trippy, psychedelic sleeves. We'll play lanes and pass. We actually have a pretty decent hand here from dealing with some of the shit that our opponent's going to try to play. This is a Night Pack Ambusher. I really hope it is. I was like, why couldn't we absorb that? I don't have absorb mana right now. Yep. Paradise Druid hits. And we'll go to just bounce the Borrowers, maybe? That sucks. Now we know our opponent didn't actually have any answers. If our opponent Borrowers in response to this, we can't counterspell it, which would suck. Alright. But I don't think we want to counterspell the Borrowers anyway. Worst comes to worst, we take our beats for 5 next turn. And we can just try to time... like Chemist's Insight if they do nothing and then try to time wipe. You're buying 3 of the 5-color ones tomorrow, John? Why are you buying 3 of them? I was thinking about maybe like buying 1 of the 5-color ones. Like, and I don't even know if I'd necessarily build one, because I'm building a commander deck right now, so I don't know if I would want to put some money into building another one. But I don't know. Okay, so we're just going to take 3 here? Sure. Go down to 14. Passing back to us, we're just going to try to Insight here and see what happens. Yeah, we get the Insight. I'm going to wait one more turn until I try to Teferi. Just because I want to try to have the Absorbs on backup for it. Yeah, and keeping me pretty happy with keeping Absorb here. We can absorb the Ambusher. Our opponent has some kind of counterspell. They have a Sabotage. Yeah, so what we'll just do is we'll let the Ambusher hit and then just bounce it with Borrowers. Or maybe we'll just... Yeah, no, we definitely just want to bounce it right now. I was going to say, maybe bounce it in response to combat in their next turn, but they're most definitely packed full of counterspells currently, and that is not a game I want to be trying to play. Like, I don't want to play that right now and have it cost me 4 life when we're already down to 14. Is the easy way to say that. Alright, we're going to take 5. Opponent will pass. We are just going to time wipe here. If they play the Ambushers, we take 4, and we can just Prison Realm to Teferi. Prison Realm the Ambushers and bounce the token. That puts us to 5 life. I think that's the correct play there. Yeah. Well, let's lead off with Teferi. Damn, they have Frilled Mystic. Yeah, we literally have to counter that. which puts us up 3 life.
I'm known for excellent
We're just going to
fighting.
bounce the Ambusher for now then. We'll leave the 2/2 token there. Okay. Teferi takes 2. Yeah, okay, I feel better now. If you want a main phase Ambusher, that's while I'm tapped out, that's fine. We're just going to Prison Realm it regardless. Perfect. Perfect. Brazen Borrowers is a really good card to draw into there. And we also have Absorb for any counter magic they may have. No, but we're just going to exile this Ambusher. We'll leave Teferi on top. Since Teferi's on top, I don't want to waste the Borrower right now if I don't have to. Yeah. Which we're going to absorb Night Pack Ambusher anyway. Which puts us up to 11, which, yeah, hit me with the 2/2 Wolf. Okay, so we've countered 2 Ambushers so far. Oh no. Wow, they just draw Ambusher number 3. Gotta love Night Pack Ambushertron.
You show remorse, I'll show restraint. There was nothing.
Yeah, just in response to combat, next turn I'll bounce the Ambusher. Yeah, they're already going to combat. Bounce the Ambusher. If they want to counter Borrower here, whatever. Like, I'm really okay with that. Oh my god, I'm like so sore from working out the other day. So if you just see me like doing weird stretches on camera all night, that would be why.
Here we go.
Alright, so we can draw, so it's 3, we can draw 5, sure. Perfect. More answers to stuff, please. Nissa, that's disgusting. So we need to find another one of our... Did we take out a Prison Realm? If so, I'm going to kick myself in the ass. But we can also just Aether Gust. Alright. They're going to swing everything. I will definitely take out one of your lands if I can. We have another Teferi in hand anyway, so, you know. Go off, I guess, opponent. As the kids would say. We're at 7 life, though. Grab an island. Grab Teferi. This should technically work out for us. Okay, they're going to Frilled Mystic us. So we're going to Dispute the Mystic. Alright, this works out a little less, unless we draw another Dispute off of Teferi here miraculously.
I've done the hero thing before.
We don't. We're going to Aether Gust Nissa, which they're just going to put it on top draw and play it again. Which lets them also play Ambusher and attack us for 3. But they're just going to scoop instead, even though that really just set them back literally a turn. Do I prefer Azorius or Dimir control? I prefer Azorius over Dimir. I do really like, though, when Standard lines up in a way where I can actually play Esper control, but there's just no good Esper control lists out there right now. Alright, so we're at 2 wins right now. 2 wins and a loss is pretty decent. We're going to hop right back into the next round, though. I guess there is an Esper control list down here. It's like, what? Okay, so... I wish I didn't have my stream set up so weird because of Arena, where I could show people this list. But, yeah, it looks like it has Gadwick, Murderous Rider, Kaya's, Teferi's, Liliana's, Drown in the Locks, Dovin's Vetoes, Finale of Glory, Thought Erasure, Absorb, Cry the Carnarium, Mortify, Insights, Rituals of Soots, and Time Wipes. It just looks like if this deck was more spaced out and less consistent. But also had Kaya and Lily. Also, I'm like hoping so bad that the stained glass planeswalker I get from my secret lair turns out to actually be Liliana. That would make me as happy as a schoolgirl. Play Tranquil Coke, gain a life here. I decided to keep this hand. It has draw and removal. That's essentially good enough for me right now. Our opponent's playing double Temple of Silence. We don't have a turn 2 anyway, so let's just follow them up with a double Tranquil Cove. Having full access to our colors here will be probably pretty decent. Burglar Rats. Yeah, that's fine. Discarded Plains. Is our opponent playing like 8 rack? Well, we'll pass. I will take 1 from Burglar Rat as many turns as I need to. Have I ever tried... Is that like a Saffron control? Or a Saffron Olive list, John? Kaya. Absorb. You hope you get some good planeswalkers. It is a Saffron Olive deck. Let me see if I can pull that up right over here. Oh, you know, I think I saw the list. I actually might have it built. I think I did try to play it on Arena, but like I just didn't do hot with it. And like occasionally I will stream Saffron Olive's deck lists because I think he's a really good player and he's really cool at making like sick brews. Actually, I played one of his lists last week. I usually try to play like one of his lists a month. Last week I played his Standard Affinity list, which was actually super fun. Like, why isn't it letting me Chemister's Insight? Because I actually have to sack my Fabled Passage to tap it for mana. What's our opponent doing in... Okay. What does our opponent have up right now? Well, we're going to Insight. We'll play Teferi next turn, not this turn. The only thing I can think of that they're holding up is like a Murderous Rider. Is it any creature? Or does Murderous Rider read opponent? Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Yeah, because it's technically give them priority because they can blow up their own. We're going to pass back here, though. We have Dispute. What? That's a bad play, opponent. Like, I'm sorry, but that is a bad play. How are you going to outrace us when you're at 15 because you just... I'm lost for words. I have no words for activating Castle Locklane with 4 cards in hand. Like, I'll try to be nice, but like, what the fuck, opponent?
Stand by and watch.
Well, now you don't get any instant speed interaction with me. No, don't activate that castle. I swear to I almost want to scoop if our opponent activates that castle. You're kidding me. Oh my god. Why, opponent? Why? I knew they had a Murderous Rider, too. This is Murderous Rider number 2? Okay. We can't stop 2 of them. Our opponent's down to 7. What the hell? I'm just going to play a Gadwick for 1 here. Just because I want to have Mystical Dispute up if they play something big next turn. Yeah, this opponent is fucking crazy. There's no nice way to say that. Charming Prince, sure. Sure, you want a burglar at me? Go for it. Oh, am I getting double burger ratted? Burglar. Burglar. Yeah, I'll discard Castle Vantress. I don't need the lands that bad. Sure, they're gonna make me discard 2 cards. I'll just discard Prison Realm and Dispute. Dispute's gone. Realm's gone. I want a Manipulation when they have more permanents in play. Tap Charming Prince. Play Teferi. Tap Burglar Rats. Plus Teferi.
That's more like
Swing for 3? Opponent's at 4. We have a Manipulation in hand. Okay, Ethereal Absolution is pretty dope. I'll kill a Burglar Rat. Like, I'd be a lot more worried about this if we didn't have, like, 5 million answers in our deck. Am I over-exaggerating by saying 5 million? Yeah, just a little bit.
Don't worry, I got this.
This is confusing me so much. I like how cautious our opponent's being right now because we've just been so slippery. Yeah, I should have done that on end step, but it's whatever. I don't think my Dovin's Veto is going to be super relevant here. I'm also at 22 still, so, you know. Oh, this is going to be so hot. What's up, Ethereal Absolution? You're mine now. Although I can't pay its activation costs. That's whatever. Even if you kill the Treachery, I mean, I'm just going to counter your Murderous Rider because I don't want you to have it regardless. Opponent, stop taking 500 years. Okay. Exile to... Why wouldn't you exile a creature? I have a Brazen Borrowers in there. And a Gadwick. There we go. Just take all your stuff, win. Illegal attacks, try again. Well, I hope Arena decides to load soon. Oh. Okay, well, Arena almost crashed, but I recovered that. Devote Decree can come in. Apostle of Purifying Light can come in. Is its toughness 1? Oh, that's not that great. But I suppose it's okay. I could also argue bringing in Spyglass. I don't think I should, though. Gust is useless. Dispute's useless. Finale is like tier. I feel like Casket is worth it. Manipulation and Treachery are going to be dope in this match. Time Wipe's going to be dope. Borrower is not as good. I'll take out a Borrower. Veto not as good. Yeah. I feel like taking out Vetoes is fine. Because we're bringing in Caskets, which will just be overall better. This hand's just great. Like, even though our lands are super slow right now, this hand is just great. Go Arvindale. Or Ardenvale. I'll get rid of the Casket. It looks like our opponent is just playing a game plan where they would like to... I'm just going to play Apostle here. Get rid of everything in our hands, which is fine. You name Teferi with Sorcerer Spyglass? That's fine. Oh, what's up, Siggy? Welcome back to the stream, bro. Yeah, Teferi Time Raveler, that's whatever. I don't want to be bouncing your cards that discard my shit, so... Maybe I should have taken some Teferis out, because they're just not decent in this matchup. Maybe I just want Dovin's Vetoes instead of Teferi. Oh, we'll attack for 2 here. It's like, why couldn't I block? Siggy, you missed the most frustrating match against this deck. I'll tell you what, bro. Alright, it's my turn. Slashing and Borrowers. So now we're attacking for 5 next turn. That seems pretty okay. You have a Murderous Rider, though, so you're going to murder it, right? Yeah. That's alright, we just played a 3-mana Shock. Do I want to? Yeah, I do. We're going to need some card advantage against our opponent here. Put him down to 14, though. Pass back. Yeah, I really don't mind the Fenlurker coming back. Apostle Purifying Light number 2 is pretty good, too. What did they do? Are they scryed to with that? Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna Casket here. Yeah, let's go to combat. Attack with the Apostle of Purifying Light. You're down to 12 and pass back. Yeah, everybody missed this last game against this opponent where they just decided... I don't even know how to describe that game. It was like the most mind-boggling thing. They had the 2 most greedy Castle of Arvindale activations that I have quite literally ever seen in my life. And we're just going to frustrate them to the point that they scoop. Because that's what Azorius Control does. We just frustrate our opponents until they decide they don't want to play Magic anymore. Alright, so we'll get that easy win in. Still playing against all of the jank and standard currently. Let's just hop back into that next round. Looks like I'm gonna have some coins to maybe do a draft here later today after the stream. Or maybe I'll just draft tomorrow. I could stream that tomorrow. But we'll hop right back into this Azorius Control gravy train. I think I literally held off. Wait, I want a timestamp on this. I held off an hour and 17 minutes before saying the phrase gravy train today. That's a record. This hand seems pretty fine to me. The Agent of Treachery is just going to be stuck in our hand for a minute, but Gadwit can give us some sick draws. It's also just a 3/3 body, and we have Dovin's Veto if they're playing any kind of non-creature shenanigans. Doesn't look like they're playing blue, so I just want to play this Fountain Tap and pass back. Alright, breeding pool. Alright, the goose is loose. Just go Vantress pass back. I'm glad that turn 3 Okos and Standard aren't a thing anymore. We're gonna get rid of your Reefer Madness here. No card advantage for you, opponent. Ardenvale, and then I think we'll just pass back. If our opponent doesn't do anything worthwhile here, I think we'll just flash into Borrowers and start some beatdowns. See if we can get him to chump with a goose. Alright, land number 4. So they have access to 5 right now. Ooh, gross, a Krasis. Krasis X equals 2 does not seem very great. I think I might just bounce the food. Do I just bounce the food? Or do I just leave the Borrowers in my hand to flash block the Krasis next turn? I think that's better. Alright, we'll just go Island Pass. Alright, so we'll see. Yep, failed passage. Go ahead to attacks. Yeah. I think it's worth it to trade a Borrower for a Krasis. Then next turn, if we absolutely hit nothing, we can just Gadwick for 2. I guess we do take 1 from that attack, huh? Alright, well, it's time to see if our opponent's running any instant speed interaction. Actually, do we want to play this? I'm just scared like a Nissa or something's going to drop the second that I play that Gadwick. If Nissa drops, we can just deal with Mass Manipulation, so yes, I am okay with that. And we'll have 2 more cards in hand. Are they going to Murderous Rider Gadwick? Let me... What is food... Alright, let's see here. Let me pull up the list for what this guy's probably running. Is there Sultai food? Is that a thing? There's like Golgari food. That's in the meta right now. Man, we were playing against so many weird decks in this meta today. And like, I could get that if we were playing like a super jank list today, but we're literally playing a tiered deck list. And what, we've played 2 Simic Flash decks, this weird Sultai deck. Sure, casualties. That would have been nice to have Veto up for, but it's not like I'm super sad that we lost Gadwick, you know? Yeah, I think we'll just play another Vantress and pass. We have Absorb and Veto up now, so that's a thing. Yeah. You can play Massacre Girl. Because I just want to steal her. Why do you play that untapped? I don't like that. That has to be like a Murderous Rider then or something. I almost just want to Time Wipe here instead, though. Nah. Let's just manipulate Massacre Girl. You can Murderous Rider your own Massacre Girl if you want. That's an interaction that I'm fine with. Or I guess... They could have also just played that... Oh, they have a Growth Spiral, that's why they did it. Okay. That makes me really happy that I took this, actually. And then next turn, if they play like a bomb, they play Midnight Reaper. I was going to say, if they do play a bomb, we can just Agent of Treachery it. Yeah, that's a super sad Massacre Girl. Agreed. Ooh, they're going to Neoform. That's actually pretty sick. Yeah, we're just seeing like all kinds of jank today. Ooh, they're going to get a Fibblethip and draw too? What? What is this sauce? That's kind of dope. That's kind of dope. I just kind of want to Agent of Treachery Midnight Reaper here, and then start swinging with Massacre Girl. Just like take away some of their card advantage here, but yeah, that's so hilarious. They got 2 draws from. Are they playing like a Prime Speaker Vanifar deck maybe? I wouldn't be surprised. Like if their next card that they dropped was Prime Speaker Vanifar, I would not be surprised. No, they drop a Questing Beast. I will just block that with Midnight Reaper and draw a card. Thank you. I think I'm just gonna swing with the Massacre Girl next turn and then Time Wipe. And we just have like Counterspell City in our hand. Yeah, swing with the girl. Yeah, they did decide to block, which is just fine. Wait, did it seriously try to have it kill Leaf King Druid first? Whatever, Arena. The reason I don't care is because I'm time wiping regardless, or else I would have paid attention when I was layering that. Yeah, we're just going to time wipe Return Agent. We have Veto for next turn. I wish instead of that Tranquil Cove, if we had drawn an untapped land there, that would have been a lot better for us because it would mean we have Absorb up. But also, I'm more likely to let our opponent's big threat, if they find one, hit the ground next turn. I'm just going to counter this Growth Spiral because I have nothing better to do with my mana currently. Ugh, this is brutal. Alright, we're just going to pass back. Maybe we'll draw Finale and be able to just get some token beatdowns. Alright, let's scry here. I'm going to layer it like that, but yeah, I'm definitely okay with those draws. Because now we'll pass back, and if worse comes to worse, I can Chemister's Insight and then throw that Borrowers into play. Just start getting some Borrower beatdowns. Alright, so, man. This is a weird deck we're playing against. It's like super cool, but it's like weird. I wonder if they have like Yarok or anything in here. Yarok is Sultai, right? I don't know why Arena keeps crashing every time I go to sideboard, almost. That's been getting very annoying today. Yarok is Sultai. Okay, sweet, that's what I thought. They had like Fibblethip and stuff, so that's just why I was wondering. And Massacre Girl. So I feel like Massacre Girl and Fibblethip would both be decent with Yarok's doubling trigger. And I figured they might have some more sauce we just didn't see or that they didn't play. That was just the only reason I was asking. What do I want to take out? I feel like Glass Caskets are pretty good to bring in. I feel like Vetoes are just bad there. I think this should be fine. I kind of want to keep the one Finale of Glory in just in case it gets really slow again, and putting a bunch of 2/2s into play would just win us the game. Alright. Let's see what our opening hand looks like here. I mean, it's not great, but we have a Gadwick and an Insight. So as long as we don't just flood out here, we should be okay with this hand. Leyline of the Void. Okay. I mean, it makes our Chemister's Insights useless, but that's about the only thing it does against our deck. Wow, what is with this today? People sideboarding super bad against our decks. Super bad. But, like, I'm going to bounce the Reaper here. We're playing, once again, we are playing, like, a well-known tiered deck. So, like, I am just so perplexed today by, like, the... Okay, there you go. Look, he is playing Vannifar. But we're going to absorb Vannifar because we ain't about that life. Yeah. We'll just leave the Insight up so they think that we have something we don't. We could also just go for Borrowers instead if they just play this Midnight Reaper and do nothing else. I do the Masker Girl thing a lot with Amanatu and Blink and Panharmonicon and EDH. Yeah, like, it's a decent card. Okay, they're going to Find Broker. Just Find Broker back at Vannifar. So yeah, we'll just Chemister's Insight and try to find a counterspell from that Vannifar hits. Find a Mystical Dispute. That's a 1-mana counter Vannifar. He plays Hallowed Fountain tapped. Next turn what will likely happen is they'll go to cast Vannifar, we'll counter it with Mystical Dispute, and then flash in Brazen Borrowers on the end step. Yep, there goes Vannifar. Perfect. Like clockwork, man. Like clockwork. And we're actually ahead of them on the combat damage clock here. This time life will be good eventually, but I think for now I'd rather Gadwick for 3. Like, just getting ahead of our opponent here is how we're going to win. Okay, 2 Glass Caskets. Probably Dunyan Rings for our opponent here pretty soon. Trying to think here. Krasis. Glass Casket actually gets rid of Krasis, so that's pretty fucking hilarious. We'll take 3 from your Find Broker. Bouncing Leyline of the Void seems pretty good. I'll tap your Leyline of the Void. And bounce it back to your hand, you fucking fool. Alright, I'm ending. Ugh. Alright. 3 at Teferi. That's fine. I just pretty much used it to make that Leyline useless. I don't think Teferi is going to be super important in this matchup, and our opponent's already down to 10. Void... I don't want to bounce Find Broker, because then he gets a draw off of it. It seems bad. Last Casket. I guess... Well, yeah, no, actually, I could have bounced Glass Casket, and Krasis comes back as a 0/0 and dies, which lets me reuse Casket. So that actually is something I could have done. I'm going to hold on to this Insight and swing for 6. Unless our opponent, like, board wipes us, they're dead next turn, probably. Because we're going to Insight on the end step, tap one of their creatures, and if we cast any kind of blue spell next turn, we can tap whatever else they play too. Like, let's just say, hypothetically, they play this Midnight Reaper and another creature. If they attack with Finebroker too. Casualties of War. Yeah, we're going to need to... Yeah, we'll tap down your Finebroker. Draw 2. Oh shit, that's right, we took Dovin's Veto out. I guess I forgot that they did Casualty of War us that last game. Or else I would have absolutely left it in. That's chill, though. I think Borrowers was not the creature to destroy there, in my opinion. But that is just my opinion. And just like assholes, everybody has one. Okay, we're going to absorb that. Give our opponent the GGs. Alright. That actually went super well. I'm pretty glad with that. I'm also realizing Abe misspelled Azorius in our title, but that's okay. I could have set my own stream title today, but I was being lazy. I did my own Stream Decker today, so our deck list is available via Stream Decker. Go me. I'm great at my job. We will be on the play against our opponent here. Teferi and Absorb is enough to make me want to keep this, plus mana to cast both. Let's draw for the Tranquil Grove, go up to 21, pass back. Double Agent's a little brutal here, but if worse comes to worse, we draw an Insight or something, we can pitch an Agent to an Insight. We'll go Island Pass. Alright, opponent starts off with a Temple of Triumph and a Sacred Foundry. We're going to pass back. This Teferi does not need to come down yet. So our opponent may be playing Jeskai Fires. That's what it looks like. We'll play Castle and then pass. Our opponent's probably going to try to drop Fires this turn. Or not. They're going to drop their own Teferi, which we will absorb. Go up to 24. We'll play another Tranquil Cove. Something to keep in mind too is we do have Agent of Treacheries, which are online if we draw one more land. Alright, opponent's up to 5. Kenrith, I will let hit the ground right now. Here's my reasoning. I'm going to Teferi. Bounce Kenrith. Draw a card, and if our opponent plays it next turn, we just get to steal it with Agent of Treachery before they've been able to do anything with it. Yeah, I do just kind of want to steal it. Like, I know our opponent gets to filter their hand a lot here, but I really want to steal that. Can you blame a guy? Huh? Can you blame a guy? Let's Agent of Treachery. Plus we have 2 Fabled Passages, so you know we can get 2 damage off that if they find a way to kill it. And if they just play Kenrith next turn and we steal that, we're swinging for 8. We have so much power of their creatures on board. Oh shit! There's fire. Wait, go back. Go back. Virus is actually so bad for us to play too. Yeah. We went for it, so we'll Plains. We'll pass. That sucks. Huh. I'm gonna veto that Teferi. Fires of Invention would be... I was like, we could steal that. No, it's like fucking... That's a terrible... We're playing Control. We're playing Control. Come on, that's a bad idea. We're gonna let this camera hit the ground. Oh, John, you're leaving the stream. Good night, bro. I'll miss you. You should study hard. I'm studying hard when I go to work tonight, so I will be right there with you. Oh, no! They get to kill our Teferi. I'm letting our Teferi go here, because once we have Kenrith, we run away with the game. Yeah, we could mass manipulation here, but I don't think that's very good. That would net us 1 mana, leaving us 2 open, meaning this absorb is still completely and entirely useless. Yeah, they can draw a card all day if they want. As long as they don't time like this next turn, we should be good. Oh yeah, get those grades, man. Get those grades. Thanks for tuning in, John. Alright, we're going to see another Cavalier Flame. I'm chill with that because we can steal it again. What they discard? Bone Crusher Giant and Sphinx of Foresight. Sphinx of Foreskin. Awesome. Prison Realm. Exiling Kenneth, probably? Yeah. We'll take 7. I'm getting very greedy here.
I am not going to sit this one out.
Does this go back to our control or theirs?
I'll protect you.
Goes back to theirs. Good to know. Okay, so if it seems like I was a complete dumbass to do that, you are correct. But I think the only way we can win this one is if we go all the way out with this mass manipulation, hitting 1 more land. Taking both of these would probably win us the game. And we also have a counterspell for that Prison Realm now, which we also already have, because we have 2 absorbs. I'm not really too scared of what they got, though. Maybe that was a bad play. I don't know. I think we're just kind of fucked regardless. So, you know, if worse comes to worse and they, like, make it so it's we don't want to steal anything and they play a bunch of creatures, we also have Time Wipe here and they don't have instant speed interaction. Cavalier of Gales, I will counter. And if we top deck an untapped land, we're doing pretty decent. I think. Because they can attack with that Cavalier if they play it this turn, and then, yeah, that just opens up Pandora's box, and I don't want to deal with it. Now they're just going to activate this ability, like, a bunch. Yeah, I don't want to take that much. So I will block the Cavalier. Plus, the Agent of Treachery's ability isn't something that's going to be too relevant. Because this is our last card in our library currently that lets us steal cards. We're going on 7. Land. Yes. Oh, wait, we already had enough mana? Are you kidding me? I just paid 2 life for nothing? Get out of here.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Alright, Kenrith number 2. Yeah, they just win. Shit. Alright, we'll concede. That was okay. We got super greedy there. We got super greedy. Fires is just nuts, though. We didn't have a really good way to deal with it. Yep, we'll wait for that program to respond, computer. Why this? Oh, I hate arenas so much. It just crashes every time I try to like go to sideboards, and you have to sit here and just stare at the same screen with me. Aether Gusts are good. They make me happy. Yeah, I think Aether Gust is the only thing I want to play here. Finale seems pretty bad. Agent and Mass Manipulation still seem pretty freaking good. Dovin's Vetoes are good. Borrowers are okay tier. I think I could get rid of a single Borrower. Maybe I just want to get rid of Gadwick. I think Gadwick is a little too bad here. Like, he's such a mana dump that I don't think we'll be able to like use him effectively. We're going to mull that hand and keep this much better hand. Much better. And we'll just put one of our redundant Dovin's Vetoes on the bottom. So we have Gust, Realm, Borrowers, and Veto. Oh, nice. So our opponent's going to get to scry 6, 7, 8, 9. Are you kidding? Our opponent's scrying 12? Huh? Oh, wait, do they only have 2 or do they have 4? Because I saw 4. Or was that just like Arena being Arena? Alright, sweet, we're missing land drops already. Come on, Arena. Don't do this to us, man. Yeah, we have to veto that. Alright, there's a land. Pass. I wish Prison Realm was any permanent. It would make my life so much easier. Yeah, we'll just bounce this Foresight.
I'm known for my excellent type. Here we go.
I think Teferi is decent to drop there. It's either that or hold up Aether Dust, which we probably wouldn't even use. Yeah. We'll exile the Sphinx here, get a scry. Fine. Yeah, leave a land on top. Okay. Makes me feel a little bit better right now.
Here goes nothing.
This matchup might be a little rough. This might be where the gravy train comes to a stop today. Alright, we see another Sphinx of Foresight. We'll just bounce it.
I've got you.
Draw a card. And pass back to our opponent. They're going to scry 1 to the top. We will insight. Exile the second Sphinx. Scry Aether Gust to the bottom. We already have one in hand. Plus Teferi. Pass back.
That's more like it.
Having 3 Teferis is kind of useless here. Yeah, Kenrith does hit. Probably gonna punch Teferi. That's fine. We might just waste a time wipe here. I think it's worth it. Alright, they just have another Kenrith anyway. Alright, let's Fable Passage to thin out our deck a little bit. Grab an island here. Play Teferi. We have 4 mana available to us currently. Let's bounce Kenrith. Hopefully draw Counterspell. No, we just draw Plains. Yeah, we'll pass. That blows. So they're just going to probably Kenrith for like the umpteenth turn in a row. Cavalier Flame's actually good because we can deal with that. They'll put it on top. That gives us a turn to do stuff, though. Alright, Bonecrush to Fairy. That's fine. Fabled Passage. I just want to thin out our deck as much as possible right now so we can stop hitting lands. Plus, we haven't really scryed anything recently, so there's no real big downside to it. I'm literally going to Desperate Draw with Teferi here. Find a castle, which is bad. Bad, bad, bad. So now our opponent's going to be able to drop this Cavalier, which we can do nothing about. Or Kenrith. Alright, we find Dovin's Veto. Pretty useless. The reason I kept the vetoes in were to counter fires, and our opponent hasn't even played a fires yet this game. And they're still going off. We'll go down to 10 here. Plus Teferi. Play another Teferi.
I am not making this up as I go.
Opponent can't have a response. I mean, I guess they can give the creature haste. Okay, bounce Kenrith back to your hand. Draw an Insight. Yeah, pass back. We're just like going in the same circle over and over. I guess if our opponent like draws a fires and gets greedy, we can like get an edge on the game here, but like that would be my only answer. Alright, we see a Cavalier. I'm going to try to Insight and find an answer. We sadly just don't have one. Discard this Hallowed Fountain. Yeah.
I've got it.
We'll Time Wipe in response to combat. Time Wipe. Deals 0 to us. Sweet. Oh, and it's each planeswalker they control. Man, if they'd even discard 2 lands, we'd be kind of screwed there.
Don't worry, I got this.
Ugh. Well, I hope they get greedy before they go to combat. Yeah, that's GG's. Wow. Oh, man. That sucks. That was an interesting game, though. I mean, we got Waffle stomped down the drain there, but it was interesting. 120 gems because I own every rare from almost every set. Sweet.
I see great potential in you.
These are going towards
Prove
my vault.
yourself.
All right, let's go back. Look at our deck here. Maybe? If Arena doesn't want to... There we go. That took forever, because Arena is slow as heck. All right, so I think we did pretty good today. We went 4-2. I've definitely had worse records, and I think that overall the deck performed exactly how I've been experiencing it so far. We had some really weird matchups today. I did not think that I was today at all going to see someone activate a Castle Arvindale with 6 cards in hand, but they wanted to activate that castle twice, and I wasn't going to do anything to stop them. But I don't consider that one a win because come on, like, come on. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, make sure if you aren't already, subscribe to this channel if you could. It helps us out a ton. If you are watching this replay later on YouTube, subscribe to that channel as well. If you are here watching and you don't subscribe to our YouTube channel, you should do that too, because if you missed any streams, we upload them all there. There's a little bit of video editing that goes into it now too, so they're not as raw and uncut as if you just watch them on our Twitch here. Regardless, other than that, we do have our website, momsbasementgames.com, that you can go to if you'd like to watch or buy any singles from us and directly support the channel. Forgetting anything else? Oh yeah, Mom's Basement Games should link you to our TCG storefront where you can do that. We also have some Mom's Basement swag available on the website. So, I don't know. I think that about does it for today. We should have. I think Brenda usually streams for us tomorrow, but she actually had something pop up where she cannot. So either myself or Aaron Miyauki are probably going to take her stream tomorrow. It just depends how far behind on homework I am. I have my final exams next week for college, so that's something that always keeps me up just a little bit. But after that, I should be picking up streams like crazy. Hopefully, we can get some fun stuff going on. I'm going to talk to Josh here pretty soon about maybe doing some more Commander deck tech videos. So maybe we can get that rolling. But without further ado, we are actually going to raid here, as we usually do on the end of all of our streams. So for those of you watching this replay, we'll catch up with you later. And those on stream currently, I'll come join you as we raid King Ghidra here. All right, peace out, guys. Thank you. Oh, did I rate it right? I don't think I did. I think I have to do that. There we go. All right. Ugh. I hope you guys had fun watching this today, because I know I definitely had some fun playing Control, because I always do. I always do.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. That's actually... Mom's basement stream. My god. You're so kind. Come on. This is for you. The more you drink, the easier it gets. Hey, the basement dwellers, get in here. I'm right down there with you, except I'm in the closet. Not figuratively, actually. Like, this is literally a closet of some sort. It's like a partition. I'm not gonna go super into it. It'll be what it be. He's super drunk. Shit, where'd my cord go? Oh yeah, wait, is that an ad playing? What the hell? What kind of music is this? No, that's not an ad.